That tush push play is a blight on the league.
The play sucks. The play is uninteresting. It is an uninteresting play. It just is.
Tush push, pro or against?
Oh, I'm against it.
It's bad for the sport. It should not be allowed.
He needs some milk.
But wait, there's more.
Like we're talking about, that can lead to serious injury. And I think being responsible and proactive in that regard is the right way to go.
Haram.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? Thank you for watching today, guys. So, guys, I wanted to talk about the upcoming Tush Push ban, and it will be banned. Pro Football Talk, especially Mike Florio and Chris Sims, they've been doing a good job on this issue. And Mike Florio the other day was on Rich Eisen Show talking about the upcoming Tush Push ban and how it has gained much momentum. And we've all known it was going to be banned. But here, let's just go right to the clip and I'll show you what they say.
The next order of business is the May meeting of ownership. And one of the most recent posts on ProFootballTalk.com is about the Tush Push and it being now part of a much larger picture that could potentially get it through to pass. And I'll give you the floor on what you think is going to happen with the Tush Push.
And this all came up during the league meetings when the Packers had a very specific proposal that would have outlawed immediate pushing of the player who receives the snap. Well, that introduces all sorts of potential for inconsistencies. What does immediate mean? Is it a second? How do we measure it? Could you imagine what would have happened if flag gets thrown after a tush push and there's an interpretation by the officials that it was too early and it takes a touchdown off the board in a playoff game? So that was a bad proposal from the get-go. It began to pivot at Palm Beach to this idea of let's just get rid of all pushing. That's the easiest way to do it. We'll get rid of all pushing downfield, anywhere. And that is the direction in which the wind is blowing very strongly right now. All pushing is going to be eliminated. And this all started because, frankly, they had a rule on the books against pushing and pulling of a ball carrier in 2006, in part because they recognized they never throw a flag for pushing a ball carrier. In fact, there hasn't been a penalty called for assisting a runner since the 1991 playoffs.
All right, so obviously their plan is to ban pushing. I mean, that's probably the only way you can legitimately ban the play without banning the play. You know, making it a one-team play ban is you have to ban pushing and take it out of the game. However, you're going to have a lot of unintended consequences from just banning the push. But that's their plan. But the reality is that doesn't stop the tush push, right? Because people think that it's the push from back that makes that play so effective, but it's not. It's the offensive line's push up front. It's Jalen Hurts' strength. And for example, before the Eagles ran the tush push and they had Carson Wentz, right? They were, let's go look at it. They were, as an Eagle, Wentz converted 48 first downs on 56 rushing attempts with 1 yard to gain per Pro Football Reference. Now think about that. The QB sneak was already very effective. And even before that, when the Patriots did it with Tom Brady, it was very effective under Tom Brady. And even you can watch some of those plays, they pushed too. They kind of did a little bit of that tush push as well. And bottom line is the quarterback sneak is effective, especially if you have a strong quarterback and a really good offensive line. So banning the tush push, it's not going to stop the Eagles at all. But that's not what bothers me. I don't care if they ban the tush push. Actually, at this point, I'm embracing it because I want the Eagles to prove that they're going to be just as successful without it. And they're a creative team. They're going to come up with a way, a formation, and figure out some other method to probably get on the entire NFL's nerves and be successful at it. But it's because they have Hall of Famers on that offensive line, and because they have a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds. And the thing is, the Eagles don't even need it. They could hand the ball off to the best running back in football, and Saquon Barkley. So to me, I know because I'm an Eagles fan, you may think, oh, he's just biased because it's his team. But no, I don't like the idea of changing rules to stop one team from running a play that's more successful than other people. It's just not the way to run a league. It's bad for football. I don't like it. I don't like changing rules because you don't like some of the results. And this is about one team. And this is how we know it's one team. In 2023, when the Eagles started off 10-1, there was a lot of momentum, a lot of talk about banning the Tush Push. Tons of talk about banning the Tush Push at 10-1. But when Eagles had that infamous collapse, all the talk, all of a sudden in the offseason, like, nah, we don't want to ban a play for one team. I'm just telling you, go back and look. Everybody changed their tune. Oh, no, we don't need to ban it because they thought the Eagles were done. Jason Kelce was retiring. Fletcher Cox was retiring. People just thought in their minds, okay, Eagles are done. They're no longer a problem. And that's what happened. I remember it clearly. I remember in 2023 thinking, oh, they're going to ban this at the end of this year. We need to win the Super Bowl now while this play's still in the books. That's kind of what I was thinking. But, the truth is over the last year, I've realized that teams actually have become more successful stopping the Tush Push. Washington stopped it once in the playoffs. And I think teams are getting better at it. And I think naturally, if you allow things to play their natural course, teams will find a way to make it less effective through the natural course of adjusting to strategies, competing, finding ways to stop things. And that's what the NFL should do. They should allow things to take their natural course. But no, I think what's going to happen is they're going to change the rules and it's going to become worse. And they're not going to even stop the Eagles. Because now that I've been researching it, I go back all the way to Carson Wentz. The Eagles were just as good on the quarterback sneak without the Tush Push. And if you watch a lot of the Tush Pushes, they already have the first down before the players even push Jalen Hurts in the back. They already have it. Now, there's probably a couple plays where it helps them get it, but they're just going to adjust. Instead of pushing Jalen Hurts from back, they'll probably just run those players or run into the line and add some momentum that way or something like that. It's going to be successful. It's not going to stop the Eagles. So that's not my issue. My issue is you're changing a team because now in 2024, the Eagles won the Super Bowl and now they want it banned. They didn't want it banned in 2023 when Eagles collapsed. They want it banned because the Eagles won the Super Bowl, because they're bitter. It's stupid. It's bad for football. I don't care that the Eagles are running it. If it was any other team, I would not want to play banned because people can't stop the team. That's just not football. It's not good for the sport. And I now actually am embracing the ban. I want it because I want the Eagles to prove that you can't really stop them. It's the offensive line. What are you going to do next? Ban the quarterback sneak? Anyways, let's get back to these clips.
So I believe what's going to happen, there'll be at least 24 votes encouraged strongly by the league office to get rid of all pushing. And then two things, Rich. One, we'll see some downfield pushing that isn't called in the future. And two, the Eagles are still going to have a pretty damn effective quarterback sneak that they'll still use, and they'll still get 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 3rd and 2. They basically take 1st and 10 and shrink it down to 1st and 8. That quarterback sneak is largely driven by the push up front, not the push from behind.
And that's my problem, is the Eagles are going to be successful regardless of whether you ban people from pushing or not. But you're changing a rule to stop one team. A team that, let's be real, people don't like Philly fans, they don't like the Eagles, and people hate seeing this team successful. So if this was the Dallas Cowboys or the New England Patriots running it, nobody would talk about banning this play. It's because it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the amazing success they've been having. But the bottom line is, this is not the way to stop a team. That's what bothers me. I know it's not going to stop them. I mean, the quarterback sneak is already successful on its own. And what are you going to ban next, the QB sneak? When this doesn't work next year, are you going to ban the quarterback sneak? I don't know, man. It's just bad for football.
And the bottom line, the league wants this. The commissioner wants this. If you listen to the things he says, it's lurking there, not even all that far between the lines. If he wants it, he's going to get it. There's going to be 24 votes to get rid of all pushing come May 20, May 21, when the owners get together in Minneapolis.
So the bottom line is, this play is going to be banned. Like I said, I'm embracing it. It doesn't matter. The Eagles are a really talented team. And bottom line is, but I wanted to show you this last thing. Jalen Hurts' best success with the Tush Push was in the 2023 season. And that was a season that if you're going to ban the play, that was a season you should have banned it. Not the season after the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And now this year in 2024, his success actually has dropped pretty much to the league average as far as those third or fourth down 1 yard rushes. So teams have actually been adjusting to it, and the NFL is just not giving it time, the time they need these teams to adjust, to find ways to stop it, and to stop the play and let the play naturally come out of the game. And that's what bothers me. Look at Jaden Daniels. He was 100% on 13 attempts. So Jaden Daniels, are they going to want to ban it from him now when he starts doing it, or he starts being successful? That's my point. I wouldn't want that. I don't want you to change rules to stop a player or a team from running a play. It's bullshit. That's the bottom line. And I'm going to follow this play next year when the Eagles are still successful running a version of it. That what they're going to do is they're just going to tweak it, make sure they're within the rules, and they're going to run it successfully, because the bottom line is Eagles have several Hall of Fame players on that offensive line. And that's the problem. And they got the best offensive line coach, and then they got a quarterback that squats 600 pounds. That's it. So, but like I said, this kind of proves my point here. If you wanted to ban it in 2023 when the Eagles had that infamous collapse. But they didn't, because the Eagles were collapsed. They weren't successful. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, no, we can't ban a play for one team. And then they come back, win the Super Bowl. Now they want that play banned. Think about that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you for watching. And as always, talk to you later.